Feet are together, knees are wide, and just stretch yourself long on the mat. Arriving into this wonderful practice, this opportunity to feel your body, to let go of the overwhelm, to find your breath. Really let yourself flow with deeper breaths as we arrive now. Just spreading energy through your body. If there's a place that feels stuck or tense, move it around a little bit. Send your breath even more deeply in and out of those spaces. Expand your arms long and spread your palms and fingers like rays of the sun. Draw your tailbone back towards your heels and just open up into this pose. Full, alive, savoring. What is here? How would you like to move today? What would you like to create with your body expression and ability? Go ahead, let your forehead roll side to side on the mat. Let your mouth open, let out a sigh or two, or even a sound. Stick out your tongue, ha. And again, expand into the shape of the pose. Let's walk our arms over to the left side of the mat and stretch that right side body. So left hand can anchor down onto the right, and the right shoulder blade draws back down towards the hips. Inner elbow turning up toward the sun. And spread open through the accordion of your rib cage. Breathing spaces into the spaces between bones. In the waistline, and reach long through that outer right hip. If you've got it in you, walk a little further over to the left. See how far over you can get just to feel into that left, right side opening. Take one more big breath in. Open your mouth, sigh it out, make a sound. And let's come back through center and walk on over to the other side. So walk to the right. Walk as far as feels right. Right hand anchoring to the left. Inner left elbow rolling up toward the ceiling in a counterclockwise way while you're grounding through your thumb and index finger. Draw back through the shoulder blade and really explore the length of that left side. Savor all that is here. And how do you savor? What does it mean to savor? Really, how do you get intimate with your body? How do you attend and pay attention to what's here so you can really enjoy it? Maybe walk a little further over to the right. See how far you can go with this. Find your edge. Another way to savor, feeling your edge. Take two more big breaths in and out. On the last exhale, open your mouth and make some sound and sigh it out. And let's come on back to center and find our way on up to all fours. And just reach your right leg out, coming on the ball of the right foot and pressing back through the right heel. And go ahead and just take a little bounce with that right leg. And let your breath be moved by this bounce. Draw your belly in to feel its connection to the body. And then we're going to walk this right foot over to the left side of the mat. So go ahead, just like you walked your arm over, walk your leg over. Make sure you've got a good grip either on the floor or on your mat. And spread through the outer right hip and outer right leg. And if it feels okay for you, reach your right arm to the left. And just find this whole right side from right fingertip back through right heel spread. Taking 2 breaths there. Draw your shoulders away from your ears and really reach out through that right leg. And then we're going to go ahead and reach the right arm high and lift the right leg into the sky and face the side of your mat. Reaching, karate kicking through the right heel. Extend your right fingertips forward so that your right arm is over your ear. Spread through this right side, arching your hip higher, your rib cage higher. And if you like, bend your right knee and reach back for your right foot or ankle and open the front of that right thigh, hip. Reaching back through the thigh, through the leg, big arch through the body. Maybe the eyes look up, take a breath. And let's return to all fours and just move it around in your way. It could be cats and cows. Could be spirals and swirls. Savor what's here. Relax your jaw, move some energy around. Second side, so go ahead, lengthen out the left foot, the left leg, and come on the ball of that left foot, spread your toes, reach the left heel back, and come into the bounce. So the bounce can create a little of that joy momentum through our bodies. What does it feel like to be in joy in your body? Can you breathe it in and out? Loosening parts and places up. And let's go ahead and walk this left foot over toward the right. And just like we did with the arms, stretch through from, you might feel it from your waistline all the way back through your left heel. And if it feels comfortable and okay for you, reach your left arm also over to the right. So this whole left side gets a nice stretch. This is great for the side body, also great for the hips. Now draw your shoulders away from your ears and just savor, breathing in and out. Take 2 more breaths. And then launch your left arm to the sky. And if it's okay for you, launch your left leg into the sky. And reach your left arm over your ear and reach again through the whole left side body. Karate kicking through the left heel. Breathing big. Bend your left knee, if it's right for you. Reach back for the foot or ankle and open through the thigh, through the belly, through the chest. Let the eyes find their way, maybe to looking up, maybe to looking straight ahead, maybe down. Find your gaze. Feel that right hand just touching the earth and connecting to the earth. Breathe into the fullness of the moment. And let's return to all fours and move this around. Cats and cows, spirals and swirls, hips, shoulders, head, don't forget, head and neck loosening. Last 2 breaths, finding our loose bodies. Circle out each wrist. And let's find our way to plank pose and just pause there. Feeling into your power, drawing the belly in and up. Lengthening back long through those heels, opening soles of feet. Savoring your strength. Feel into this core moment, lifting the belly, lengthening through the body, feeling the power of your legs and your hips, the arms, maybe there's a little shaking and quaking, even more so to savor that power. Take 1 more breath here, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale, press back. Downward facing dog, and just walk it out. Bend one knee and then the other. Savor the details of your feet. All 10 toes, maybe even the nails on the toes, the bones of the feet. Spread through your palms, and you can even paw a little bit through your palms, just like you're pawing through your feet. Maybe your cat inspires you. And go ahead, turn your toes to the left and your heels to the right. Open up that hip. And as you're ready, turn your toes to the right and your heels to the left. Other side. Come on back to center. Walk your feet together. Lift your 10 toes high as you can off the floor. Press your palms forward. Draw your shoulder blades back. Round through your heels and lift through your hips. Press your heart back towards your thighs. Let's go ahead and float that right leg up to the sky and circle out the right ankle. And circle in both directions. Taking your time to open up the ankle joint. And then lift your right leg higher to the sky, bend the knee, and roll your hip open. And ground through that right palm as the right foot presses toward the left. Press your right thigh back. Breathe and yawn into your belly. Drop your head. Inhale the right leg super high to the sky, straightening it out. And exhale, squeeze in, rounded knee to nose, tuck and round. And then go ahead, step your right foot forward, and let's sink down onto the left knee. Bring your hands to your front thigh and dip your hips down. And circle out your shoulders. Just give them a nice wind and unwind. As you're dipping your hips, circle those shoulders. And then flow your arms to the sky and turn your palms to face each other, dipping your hips, lifting your heart right up through your fingertips. Maybe your gaze goes high. Open your heart like the rays of the sun. Breath in. And exhale, hands plant to the floor or your blocks and fly into a standing split. Head drops heavy, left leg floats to the sky. Feel the energy, the strength of that standing leg. Feel your breath. And feel the work with this. Maybe the left leg is able to come higher. Maybe the head is able to bow out of it even more. Shake out your head. Give it a shake out. Nod yes and no. Take one more breath. And go ahead, step your left foot back and straighten both legs and bow over the front leg, pyramid pose. If you need to micro bend that right leg, please do. And also if you need some supports under your hands, you need the ground to come up to you, please do. Pull your hips back. And if it feels good, lift the 5 toes of the right foot. Bowing your head even further. For 3. Bigger breaths, 2. Squeeze the belly in on each exhale. 1 more big breath in. And let's step back strong, high plank. Making your way down, just hovering, chaturanga, elbows in close to the body. Feel your strength. Drop your thighs to the floor and just come up onto your forearms for Sphinx pose. Drop your shoulders and broaden your collarbones. Let your chin roll around a little bit, down towards the chest and over to each shoulder. And then let your eyes look up and lift the throat. Drop the shoulders, broaden the collarbones. Come into awareness of your legs, lengthen through the legs. Straighten your arms now and lift a little higher. Drop your shoulders, broaden your collarbones. Savor what is here right now. Notice. Come into the present moment. And then we'll come down. Hands plant by the ribs. Rise your way up to plank pose. Breath in. Exhale, press back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, forward, high plank. Exhale, press back, downward facing. Just a couple of those. Inhale, forward, high plank. Exhale, press back, downward facing. One last. Inhale, forward, high plank. Exhale, press back, downward facing. Walk your feet together. Just take a moment to set up your dog really strong. Palms press forward. Heart draws back. Hips rise high. Breath in and a sigh out and a nod to the head, yes. And then lift your left leg to the sky. Circle out that left ankle. And as you're ready, bend the knee and roll your hip open. And extra ground through the left palm, dropping the left armpit as your left foot travels right. And as you open up into the belly and thigh of that left leg. Just find the rightness of this pose in this moment. See how many moments you can string together in goodness. And then lift your left leg high to the sky, breath in. Exhale, squeeze in, round in, draw the belly in, tuck in. And let's go ahead, step the left foot forward, sink down onto the right knee, circle those shoulders, circle the wrists, soft through the elbows and fingers. Let the neck go easy. And this time, let's interlace the hands behind us. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, drop the shoulders and lift the heart. sinking deeper and deeper into that lunge. Find your breath even more deeply into the front line of your body. Into the belly, into the lower ribs. Take a breath, feel the fullness of this pose. And then we'll go ahead and plant the palms and fly our way into standing split. Head bows, leg lifts. See what you can drain out the head and spine. Releasing energy that's pent up or too much, or it does not serve. Really work with your breath right into the deep belly, squeezing it on every exhale. Take one more breath. Feel the fullness of this pose. Can you make it a little more of it? And then we'll step the right foot back and straighten both legs to your degree. If you need to bend that front knee a little, do that. And bow over the front shin, front thigh. Surrender. Let go. Savor the surrender. How could you savor this even more? Pull back through the hips. Breathe into the back body and squeeze your belly even stronger on exhale. One more breath. And we'll go ahead and step back strong to the high plank and pause. Right hand comes under nose. Turn to face the side for side plank. Left arm flows to the sky. You got this. Even if it's early in the practice, you've got this. If you need to drop your right knee down, do it. Imagine you had a magic wand in your left hand and it was rising anywhere you wanted it to go. Where would you send your magic? Take a breath. Come back to center, high plank, pause. Pull back through the heels, lengthen forward through crown of head. Feel your center, feel your ground. Second side, left hand plants under nose, spin to face the right. Right arm flows to the sky. Left knee can drop down. Side plank. Hold your magic wand in your right hand. Where would you wave your magic? Take a breath. And come back, high plank. Again, chaturanga, just hovering. Drop down on your thighs, straighten the arms right away. A higher cobra. Lengthen through those legs. Open your heart, breathe into it, take a breath. And then press up, plank pose. And press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward, high plank. Exhale, press back, downward facing. Inhale, forward, high plank. Exhale, press back, downward facing. Just one more like that. Inhale, forward, high plank. Exhale, press back, open up, downward facing dog. Walk your feet up to your hands and fold your way into a ragdoll pose, bowing down. Bend your knees as much as you like. And just give yourself a good whoo, good sigh, some good sound. Find a place for your arms and hands that feels right for you. You might take opposite hand to opposite elbow. You might stand on your hands or use blocks. Bend your knees as much as you like or start to straighten them even more. Take a deeper breath. What can you let go of? Another pose of surrender here. Shake it out gently. Draw your hands to the back of your head or back of your hair and smooth out. Smooth out the overwhelm. Savor and soothe. Feel the places and parts of yourself that feel delightful and delicious and find your joy there. Take hands to the face and the head and the shoulders and give yourself some massage. Squeezing and touching and loving yourself up. Now release your hands back to the floor once you're ready. Bend your knees And roll your way up to standing one vertebra at a time. Again, circle out those shoulders as you come to full standing Tadasana mountain pose. Spread your toes, spread your heels, circle the shoulders and open the heart. Turn your palms to face open. Feel the crown of the head rising and just feel your beauty, feel your power. Feel what it is you are, just as a being, a blank slate with no story. Let go of the story and just be. And then reach your arms high, breath in. We're just gonna pump the arms a couple times. Press down, palms press down, breath out. Inhale, arms high, breath in. Exhale, palms press down, sweep down, breath out. One more. Inhale, arms high, breath in. Exhale, press down, sweep down, breath out. And arms come high, big breath in. Right hand comes to left wrist, side bend. Inhale, center, left hand comes to right wrist, side bend. Inhale, center, goddess pose, heart rises, back bend, firm through the feet, lift the eyes. Reach the arms high, big breath in. Fold forward, swan dive, knees can bend, breath out. Inhale, long flat spine, breath in. Exhale, step or jump, high plank. And chaturanga, low push-up, breath out. Inhale, your version of up dog. Maybe your thighs lift off the floor at this moment. And then exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Reach your right leg high, breath in. Exhale, step forward, warrior one, breath out. Arms high, breath in. Exhale, release, hands plant, high to low push-up, breath out. Inhale, up dog, heart opens, breath in. Exhale, press back, downward facing, breath out. Inhale, left leg flows to the sky, breath in. Exhale, left foot steps forward, warrior one. Inhale, rise it on up, breath in. Exhale, release, fold, flow, breath out. High, chaturanga, low. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and through the lips, like a horse, breath out. Shake out your head, bend your knees, look forward, spring step or float to the front. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we rise. Right hand comes to left wrist, side bend. Inhale, center, left hand comes to right wrist, side bend. Inhale, center, goddess arms, shoulders drop, heart lifts, eyes lift, throat opens. Arms straighten, big back bend. And then exhale, swan dive down, breath out. Inhale, reach long, flat back, strong belly. Exhale, step it through, chaturanga. Upward dog, your versions, your timing. Downward dog. Right leg flows to the sky, breath in. Exhale, step forward, warrior one, breath out. Inhale, rise. Exhale, open, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale to side angle lunge, elbow to thigh. Left arm extends over ear. We're just gonna reverse it. Inhale, reverse, and flow through. Meet me in downward dog your way. Go through the vinyasa or step straight back. Follow and fill your breath. Savor every part of the pose. Left leg flows to the sky. Exhale, we step forward, warrior one. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we open wide. Inhale, reverse the warrior. And we'll float, we'll come to side angle, elbow to thigh. Right arm reaches. Land the pose. Inhale, reverse. And we'll flow. Meet me in downward facing dog. Work through your vinyasa. Work through your resistance. Smile at yourself in this practice. Nod your head yes. Give yourself a little sigh out and a shake out no. Feel the pose of downward dog. Savor it. Bend your knees. Look forward. Spring step or float to the front. Reach out long. Shoulders reach away from ears. And bow. Inhale, we rise. Right hand comes to left wrist, side bend. Left hand comes to right wrist, side bend. Stamping down through the foot. Come to center, arms to the goddess pose. Heels digging deep as the heart rises and blooms. Eyes open to the sky. Extend the arms long, breath in. And bend the knees, Utkatasana. Heels firm, like you're pressing your cowboy studs into the earth. And lift the 10 toes. Drop the shoulders. Take opposite hand to opposite elbow. And just take that nice side to side, reaching through each elbow. Savoring the side body. Arms rise up, hips sink a little bit deeper. Take a breath. Exhale, fold and bow, release. Inhale, reach strong, lift and lengthen, shoulders away from ears. Exhale, find your way, flow through to downward facing dog. Upward facing, downward facing, right leg flows to the sky. Step forward, warrior one. Inhale high. Exhale wide, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And let's land the side angle for a few breaths. So elbow could come to shin, to thigh or shin or block or floor. Left arm extends, reach through that left side body. If you like, reach through the right arm as well, paralleling the arms, finding your strength. Left arm wraps around the back and turn your heart up to the sun. Shoulders drop away from ears as you spin through the belly and spin through the ribs. Open that right knee further to the right and drop the outer right hip down. Lift your gaze past your left shoulder. Feel the fullness of the pose. And bring your hands to the floor and walk your right foot over to the left for an early pigeon. Lift your heart. Take your hands to your front shin and calf and foot and just give a little self-massage there. And just feel into your hips. So the hips are doing two really different things. Feel the outer right hip and the front of the left. Take a moment, stay upright for this one. And then we're gonna just press it back, three-legged dog. Breath in, right foot lands to the floor, breath out. And just take a couple stretchy, full moments. Left leg flowing to the sky. Exhale, step forward, warrior one. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we'll open wide, warrior two. Give a little shimmy out for those shoulders. Savoring your arms and your wrists and your fingers, giving some gratitude there. Reverse your warrior, breath in. Side angle, breath out. Elbow to thigh, or hand to shin, or block or floor. Right arm reaches, tremendous stretch for the right side body. Savor that. And again, if you want to reach your left arm forward, paralleling the arms for a little added extension, go for it. And then take your half bind, wrap your right arm around your back and spin. Open your left knee out toward your pinky toe. Drop your outer left hip and turn your belly despite that grounding. Spin your belly, spin your ribs up toward the sky, spin your heart and your gaze. Take a breath, feel the fullness of the pose. And hands come down. Left foot walks across to right hand. Sink your way into your pigeon. Lift your heart, stay high with this. Sink into the hips and sink into an open, blooming heart, despite our overwhelm, our challenge. Take 2 more breaths. What can you let go of to make more space? And let's release and just step it into a 3-legged dog. Breath in. Downward facing dog, 4-limbed. Breath out. And just savor the dog. Open your tent strings wide. Walk your hands and your legs as wide as the mat. Just really open the pose. And make some space for yourself. Sometimes we just need to find our own space. Two more breaths in this downward facing dog. Let your hips sway and your shoulders sway. Nod your head yes and no. And then bend your knees and look forward and step or jump to the front. Lift and lengthen, flat back. Exhale, fold and bow. Nod your head, shake it out. And rise to standing. Right hand takes left wrist, side bend. Stamp down through that left leg. Left hand takes right wrist, side bend. And then come to center and find the goddess shape for the arms. Elbows bend, heart lifts, shoulders drop, gaze lifts. Utkatasana. Bend your knees, straighten your arms right up to the sky. Right hand, opposite hand takes opposite elbow. And again, take a side to side, opening up the accordion shape of your ribs. Reach your fingertips high. Hands draw to Namaste at the heart. We're going to spin left elbow past right thigh in this Utkatasana. So see if you can press elbow into thigh and thigh into elbow and spin, spin, spin. And if it feels okay for you, reach your right fingertips forward toward the front of the room in front of you, spreading through that right side body. And then if you like, take a half bind, opening your heart for 3, 2, 1 more breath. Hands come to center, walk your feet wide and sink into a deep squat here. Toes out, knees out, thumbs to the heart. Drop through the pelvis, lift through the heart, ease through the head, ease through the weight of your shoulders and all that they carry. Take a breath. And hands come to the floor, toe heel your feet back to Utkatasana, bending your knees, dropping your hips, sweeping your arms high. Heels are heavy, toes are light. Hands come to the heart. Let's spin right elbow past left thigh. And if you can, press elbow into thigh and thigh into elbow, that's great. If you need to find something different, please do. If it feels right for you, reach your left arm forward and spread through the left side. And if it feels right, wrap your top arm around your back and turn your heart up to the sun. Shoulders dropping away from yours one last time. Breath in. Exhale, we release. And again, sink yourself down into that squat. Toes out, heels in, hands to heart. Now you might just stay right here. By the way, if your heels are light and you need to put a little something under your heels, like roll up your mat or a little blanket or your blocks, do that. Or we're gonna just explore frog crow a little bit. So hands land to the floor and weight shifts forward toward the fingertips. Knees are glued to the triceps and your weight comes really forward. So just explore, just play, lift one foot and then the other. Maybe both feet go up, maybe not. Just see what's here for you today. Enjoy for 3, 2, 1 more breath. And let's go ahead and step it back, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Forward, high plank. Let's lower down to the belly and take a little rest. And give yourself a little pat on the back now. for showing up, for being good to yourself, taking good care. Turn your heels wide a little bit so that the inner thighs lift to the sky, even here and lying down. And just shake your tail feathers. And let your shoulders and your elbows bend a little bit and your shoulders release. Head is turned to one side. And breathe into the back line of your body and rest. And just savor what's here right now as you integrate the standing poses. And turn your head to the other side. And breathe even bigger. And then turn your forehead to the floor. And turn your palms face down. And really press your hands into the mat and let your shoulders reach away from your ears. Now come into the length and strength of your legs as well. And this could be like just a lot to explore. This could be perfect and you might stay here. Or lift your chest, lift your legs. Keep the hands planted for this time and broaden your chest, your collarbones. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift a little higher through the legs and the chest if it's possible. And then float your arms up. Draw your shoulders down. Reach your arms, your legs, your heart high for 3. Keep rising on your breath, on the inhale, 2. 1 more, feel the fullness of the pose, lift a little higher. And come on down and rest and turn your head to the other side. And integrate and savor. Savoring can also happen in the restful places as well as the active. Bend your knees and windshield wiper side to side. Turn your head to the other side. Keep moving those legs side to side. And then go ahead and bring your forehead to the floor and reach your hands back for each foot or ankle. And you may not be able to get both at once. If you can only do one at a time, just take one at a time. We'll do it twice. But take a moment, spread long through the fronts of your thighs. Press your pubic bone down. Open the heart. Forehead hopefully touching the floor, landing on something so you can release. This might be it. This might be like, oh my God, there's so much here. This is enough. If you want to come higher, go ahead and lift through the chest. Press the shins back and lift through the heart. And if you like, you can rock and roll a little bit up and down the belly. For 3, explore the pose 2, your own way. 1 more breath. Come on down, take a rest, take a moment. Shake your tail feathers. Soften your heart. Take up space. We're going to take another round. So bend your knees and bring your forehead to the floor and reach back for your ankles. And just take that time to really open the frontline body. To really balance it and open it. And that might be enough. You might only have one hand to one foot. You can also, if you only have one hand to one foot, you can come onto the forearm of the other hand that doesn't have the foot. So go ahead and you take this to your degree. Maybe it's lifting really high. Maybe it's staying really low. What is this pose for you? How can you savor it even more? For 3, 2, 1 more breath. And let's release. And press back in your own timing to a child pose. Hips back to heels, arms is spread long, forehead to the floor. Savoring every step of the way. Shoulders, armpits opening, hips sinking back to heels. Let's go ahead and roll our way onto our backs. And one more front of the hip opener. We'll come into a bridge pose. So if you have a block and you'd like to take it, that's an option. If you want to take something a little more restorative. Either way, walk your heels in close to your hips so you can tickle your heels with your fingertips. Feet are about hip width apart. Now just take a moment. This might be the place for you. As we lift our hips, if you like, place a block or come into the pose classically, lifting the hips high. Hands could grasp the outer edges of your mat, or you could interlace your hands underneath you. Lift your hips higher. Open into the belly, open into the bowl of the pelvis, open into the fronts of your thighs, hips. Squeeze your butt to support all of this and use the strength of your legs and just savor. We'll stay for 3 more breaths. Wherever it is you are, enjoy. Really let the shoulders drop underneath you and open the heart. 1 more breath. And release. Lengthen arms, lengthen legs. Reach long. Loosen limbs. Loosen breath. Let's roll to one side and we'll come to a seated position. And we'll start with Baddha Konasana. So if you need, by the way, if you need to prop yourself up on a little support behind you, please do that. A blanket or a block or a pillow. And draw the soles of the feet together. And the knees are out wide. And we've got a little self-massage moment opportunity. So use your hands to rub those inner thighs and guide them open. And massage the inner calves, shins, and then draw your attention to your feet. And thank your feet for carrying you around and supporting you. And savor the touch and each little nuance of your body. Take your hands to your ankles and just lift your heart and straighten those arms and just pause and really feel the openness of your spine and your heart and your side body. And then draw the left elbow rather, to the inner left thigh. And then we're going to stretch across. And then we're going to walk the left hand out and just stretch across. Maybe walk a little further and stretch even further. Final little opportunity to stretch and open even deeper. Can you feel even more on that right side? And then we'll gently walk on out of it and we'll spin so the right hand comes behind us and the left hand comes to the right thigh or knee and we twist. We're still in Baddha Konasana and we're twisting through the belly toward the right, twisting through the ribs toward the right, while we're pulling with the left hand toward the left. So there's an energy of the pelvis dropping toward the left as we spin above the pelvis to the right. Pelvis drawing left, belly, ribs, heart, spinning toward the right. Drop your chin down and stretch the back of the neck and side of the neck. As you open your right heart space, one more full open breath here. And gently unwind and just feel your unwind, moving your shoulders, turning your hands to your belly and just churning and moving breath into the belly. And then we'll take the right elbow to the right thigh, inner right thigh, and stretch the left arm over the ear. And really endeavor to drop the left knee and the left outer hip as you stretch the left side. Now walk your left arm down to the mat and walk it out. And keep stretching fingertips to the left while grounding through the left hip. And your own timing, just keep walking into this step by step, nook and cranny by nook and cranny. What more can you notice? What more can you savor? What more can you care for and attend to? Really rooting out the places that we avoid and ignore and forget about. Hopefully that's what we're doing these days with this hard work that's happening in our society. One more breath. And come on out. Left hand comes behind, right hand reaches across and twist and spin. Toward the left, belly, ribs, chest, grounding through the right pelvis. And spinning everything above the pelvis to the left. Taking your own time, working with your own breath, feeling into your own feelings. Last couple rounds of breath. Drop your chin down and open the neck somehow, some way. It's just tailor-made for you. One more feeling breath. Unwind and move it around. And then the hands come to outer knees and lift those knees on up. Lie down on your mat and hug your knees into your chest. Lift your legs to the sky for just a little mini inversion and a little self-massage on the backs of the legs. So nothing special with the inversion, just lifting the legs up to the sky and using your hands to sort of move and drain. If you work towards the hips with your sweep of your hands, it's a really nice lymphatic massage. You can work the backs of the legs and the sides, and the fronts and the inner thighs and the outers. You can use your hands to support the legs lifted to the sky. And just take a moment or two more. And then hug your knees into your chest and we'll twist. Knees over to the right. Left arm reaching out in opposition. And just breathe and ring out. And notice and feel and savor. And attend. And other side in your own timing, knees over to the left. Right arm extends out in opposition. And breathe into the openings and the releasings and the spaces. What more can you let go of? What more can you integrate? And in your own timing, find your way, come back through center and find your way to Shavasana. Taking your time, finding your space and place, spreading out on your mat, giving yourself lots of permission and lots of space, lots of room, all the supports you need. Savor the non-doing and the being, because that is really, really, really important. Let go of your stories. Drop into the existence of you as a blank slate, as a clear, bright star. And receive. And begin to let your breath flow even more deeply. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. And let your head roll easy side to side. And take any movements or stretches that feel really nice right now, really integrated, integrative, and nourishing. And as you're ready, you roll to your side and you pause and just curl up and give yourself a hug. And send yourself some thanks. And remind yourself of what's important today. And how you might choose to shape your day based on this practice, perhaps. If there's anything to let go of, drop your forehead down to the floor, and let go. And in your own timing, rise. And find your seat. And arrive at your seat. And feel the earth as your friend and your constant ally. And allow the earth to rise up through you, getting more fluid and more light and more airy as you go up and up and up. All the different textures of you. Let's sweep the arms out wide and high and gather the hands right down to the heart. Just pause there with the hands of the heart and gaze into the heart. And send yourself and all of those you love some love and support right now. I bow to you. Let your hands rise now to your third eye center around your brow. And let that lift your head and lift your gaze and